Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So I partnered with an agent. I said, look, I don't have a license, but I got a deal. So I partnered with him. They took me through the ropes, closed it out, commission check showed up on my desk probably a week before my license, and I was off to the races. Just like everything out there, I was like, okay, let me just do this over and over and over. And I walked out first year, 45 deals, and built it up since.
Damn. All right, guys, we're talking real estate. We got Johnny Richardson here today. Thanks for coming on, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
A lot of information coming out on whether the market's going to rise or fall. How are you feeling?
That's true. I'll tell you what, a lot of real estate agents, they ask that question all the time. Are we going to fall apart? Are we going to go up? A good real estate agent, as long as you have a database, people you're working with, you're very intentional, you're always going to do well. Now, are market conditions going to change? They are. I had this conversation with somebody at Turnberry the other day. They were like, well, if interest rates weren't so high, if inventory wasn't so low, when was real estate ever perfect? It never is.
Right.
And what you're doing is you're just figuring out which side of the wave to ride on at that time. So do I need to look into investing? Do I need to look into some owner carry options? Do I need to look into multifamily homes instead of single family homes? Whatever the direction is. Real estate's going to, take a look over the last 20 years. Over the last 20 years, interest rates at one point, they went up to 18%, a little bit more than 20, and people are going nuts. Now they go nuts over 7.
Yeah.
Just find a place to ride. It's not like it's going to fall apart, especially here in Vegas.
People got so used to the 2 to 4%.
Yeah, they get comfortable in everything else. They see that's just like anything. You don't miss it till you lose it.
Yeah,
you know
they got
what
a
I
taste
mean?
of it.
Yeah, they got a taste of it. Like, I'm waiting until it comes back. It's not coming back.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
For real. And you closed 45 deals in a year, right?
Yeah, so that was my first year in real estate was 2017. So if you take a look at the average realtor across the U.S., does 6.7 deals. So now you got your part-timers, your single parents, stuff like that all mixed in there. Now I think if getting started in real estate, if you're not closing 12 within your first year, you're not taking it serious. I came in, I'll never forget this. My license didn't even show up to my broker's office. And I said, I don't care. I'm burning the boats, man. I'm going to be in here. I know how to work a database. This is just like any other business. Started blowing up the phones, telling people what I'm doing and asking for referrals. I got my first referral and first deal before my license showed up.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So I partnered with an agent. I said, look, I don't have a license, but I got a deal. So I partnered with him. They took me through the ropes, closed it out, commission check showed up on my desk probably a week before my license, and I was off to the races. Just like everything out there, I was like, okay, let me just do this over and over and over. And I walked out first year, 45 deals, and built it up since.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're one of the top guys in Vegas, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's
top
impressive.
1%.
Yeah, 'cause there's some big ones out here. I know
There
John
is.
Gafford's pretty big.
John's an amazing person. Simply Vegas.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know John very well.
I think he's second biggest out here?
Yeah.
Yeah, $1 billion last year. Crazy.
Crushed it.
Nuts, dude.
Crushed it.
And you just started your own title company, right?
Yeah, so started our own title company. That's about a year plus, Clark County Title. So what we did was we partnered with Magnus out of Arizona. So they crushed the market in Arizona, and there was some JV models entering Vegas. And I wanted to wait for Magnus because I knew they had a strong structure. So I went ahead and did that with a couple partners of mine. So, and then when we turned that as far as the LLC is Clark County Title. Now, most title companies, when they open up, they got about a year run before they see profits.
Wow.
We put that company in profits within 90 days.
Holy crap.
Yeah, we hit the ground running. We weren't messing around. And now we're running event space with our title company, and all we're doing is providing more value to agents that come and attend these events. And the whole idea is to help them gain more business while some agents are not succeeding out there, and showing them the things that we're doing. And obviously what we're looking out of it, be transparent. We want more business to our title company.
Smart. Having those events in the office.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I do too. I have networking events.
Yeah. No, I've been to a couple of them. They're amazing. Every time I've been to your events, I meet amazing people. That's what it's all about. It's like, what's your space look like when you go out? Look around the room. Who are you spending time with? That's any business, real estate, title, mortgages, cryptocurrency, whatever. Who's around the table while you're hanging out? You know what I mean? Your events are great.
Thank you.
Your database is nuts.
Yeah, I've had some of the top real estate guys on the show, like Grant Cardone and Ryan Serhan, and I've noticed they're really good at networking.
Yes, definitely. I love Ryan's stuff. I read his book, so Sell Like Sirhan. So I didn't have a TV in my house for like 4 years, intentionally just to not be distracted. So I always knew of him. I never watched him. Read his book, and I mean, he keeps it very simple at the end of the day. Talks about his 1, 2, 3 balls. It's like, who you spending most of your time with, going after them, helping those clients, providing value. At the end of the day, if you read that book, he keeps it very simple, and he works really hard. I mean, he's an awesome guy. A lot of respect for that guy.
Yeah, shout out to Ryan. And your work ethic is
Thank you.
almost the same as his, I'd say, if not better. How many hours a day are you working right now?
I mean, I don't stop. And the reason why, and people ask me all the time, they're like, Johnny, like, what's the deal here? Even my coaches, they're like, you got to slow down.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much addicted at the end of the day. I love what I do. So I'm up every day at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm with my trainer at 5. I bust it with her, back at the house, in the office between 7:30 to 8 o'clock. I'm running appointments. I do client events, whether it's small dinner event or a lunch event that day or getting ready for the bigger event, doing as far as my luxury side, as far as whether I'm showing properties that day. And if I finish up at 6 o'clock and I have a gap in there, even my coaches will say, go home. I don't. I'm like, what else can I get my hands into? It's like, seriously, what's the point? Am I going to sit around, watch TV? Am I going to watch Modern Family? No. I'd rather be building something and helping somebody. That's how I've been able to do this.
Yeah, I think spending your off time on personal development is what separates you from other
100%.
entrepreneurs and real estate people, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, I do the same thing. When I'm not podcasting, I'm working on myself.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean, it makes no sense. I talk to people as far as reading books. They're like, why read this? I'm like, let me ask you a question. What are you getting out of this romantic novel? I mean, great story. I mean, but where is it taking you to? Probably more sad that you don't have that life, to be honest. Why don't you work on something that makes you a better version? But 100% right, suck it all in.
I've never read a fiction book, actually.
No, me neither.
Yeah, I know people that do, but I see it more as an escape. I wouldn't read that to learn.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
Yeah, but those nonfiction books, man, I crank those 2x speed Audible.
No, there you go. Man, you're up there 2x. That thing's on fire.
What are you at?
Yeah, I'm 1.5.
Okay. I do 1.5 if it's a fast talker.
Yeah, I'll do 1.5 for it. I found when I get up there higher and I've done it, I'm not absorbing enough. I'm not. If my attention goes here for 1 second, it's like, well, what did he just say? That. So I was like, let me make sure I get this.
That's how I feel about like 2.2, 2.5. It's like, all right, I'm just trying to cheat at this point, you know?
Yeah, at that point, you're like, look at me, I'm bad.
You listen to any podcasts or any YouTubers?
As far as podcasts goes, big fan of Bradley. I have a personal relationship with Bradley. As far as obviously yours as well at the same time. So I don't know. I just ended up being local. Albert Preciado as well. I watch his stuff. People I like to follow, I'll tell you, as far as not as much of podcasts, Tim Grover, I'm a big fan of. Anybody that's spending time where the people I just mentioned with entrepreneurs that are doing better things, that are looking to do something amazing. I talked to realtors, and I explained to them, I said, look, you don't have to stay in this real estate bubble. There are so many people that are building businesses if you pay attention to podcasts like this one right here. You can take pieces out what they've done in their business and pull it over here, and you'll be amazed what it does. I mean, don't do what everybody else is doing. If you're parking in the same parking spot as everybody else, same area as the mall, why don't you park in a different spot and see what it does to your business? And that's what I live by forever.
Nice.
And I love listening to people on your podcast and so on and so forth that are doing things and have these incredible ideas. I'm like, that would be great in real estate.
Right. So that being said, do you think you could take your skills into another market and succeed?
Oh, 100%. I mean, if you threw me on a jet right now and dropped me in I grew up in South Jersey or New York or whatever it might be, and say, Johnny, here's the deal. I'm giving you $200 to figure it out. Get out there, get some real estate done. 100%.
There's a show about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grant Cardone.
Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
They did one with him.
Yeah, so $0 to $4.5 million in I think a month or something crazy. Yeah,
it was a crazy number. But that goes to show you it can be done. If you have skill sets, not like it's in this bubble in Las Vegas. Once you go out, you're a nobody. Absolutely not. You have those skills. That's why I explain to people, even when they come from a different industry, I'm like, you guys close this book and come to real estate like it's a whole new thing. Mm-hmm. What are you doing? You're building a community. You're working with people. You're intentional. You're providing value. Don't you do that in other businesses? Just continue it here. Stop letting everything else clog up your memory.
Right.
Now, if you shift it here and we drop you in Texas or New York, do it again. And that's how I've been able to build teams in other areas.
Nice. How big's your team right now?
So right now, and here in Vegas, I have 156 agents.
Damn.
Here. Then I have a couple small teams, about 15, another group of 20, group of 17 in California. And we're working on Miami right now.
Holy crap. So you're spreading.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
100%. So I own the Richardson Group. We're a company within a company. I'm part of Real Broker LLC. So we're really an umbrella over U.S. and Canada. So it gives me the ability to do other things. And I go ahead and take what I've been doing. And I said, hey, I'll show you the model. I'll show you what I do. And I'll show you why it's successful. One of the reasons why I'm working with leaders, most real estate companies, a brokerage model, you're training your competition. Once this guy leaves, now he's competing with you. The model that I've built, what happens is if I train him internally within my team and he's outgrown me, because everybody, if they're a hustler, they're going to outgrow you. If they're a type A personality, they want to go out and do something else. They want to do their own thing. Now I move them out, show them how to duplicate it, continue making money with him. He's now like no longer an enemy.
Right.
Not a real enemy, but just competition.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Did EXP Realty approach you at one point?
I worked with EXP.
Oh, you did? Okay. Because they have
Yes.
so many people.
Yeah, so I was in EXP Icon. It was short-lived. So I partnered with two guys out of California. And the reason why I did wasn't because of EXP. It's because I love their systems. I was in a boutique brokerage here in Vegas, about 500 agents. So I was just starting to build at that point. I met these guys and I was like, their systems are on fire. Jumped in with them. And it was awesome. I did great. So I'd work with them. They were out of California. In the meantime, I was working with Rene Rodriguez.
Yeah.
So I did an event with him 3 days. This little clinic that he has that teaches you how to speak, have constant communication, be very intentional. And I met somebody with Real, and I started comparing the models. And I'm just like, holy crap, this Real model, one, it's fresh, new kid on the block. People are very interested. Number two, they're going through what EXP went through 10 years ago. Stocks were low. Getting in at that time, RevShare was super aggressive. RevShare didn't exist when EXP came in. They brought it to the market. Now it's more aggressive. I said, okay, this looks pretty awesome. I don't want to be the guy that turns around, thinks about it. Oh, should I? I said, screw it. Let me pull the trigger. I got a good feeling. Sure enough, I was right.
Nice. Yeah, sometimes you got to take that chance, right?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Because EXP is like the safe play, but sometimes you got to bet on the up and coming company.
Yeah, it is. Our model is a little different. So EXP can jump in. So if you're a recruiter, EXP, you don't have to sell a house. But that's part of the problem. So I was pitched probably 500 times by EXP. But a guy like me where I'm selling hundreds of homes a year, I'm not going to listen to you if you've never sold a house. You know, this is my business. You know, granted, there's the building model and everything else spread around it on the RevShare. So on the Real model, you have to be a producer. So we bring in producers. You have to show you're actually selling houses in order to stay within and take all the benefits of the company.
Smart. So if you don't sell a house, you get kicked out?
You don't get kicked out. You're going to pay MLS dues for nothing. You're going to lose money there. You're not going to make any money off of RevShare. So it's like, it's no point. You'll just lose at that point. It kind of gives you no choice.
Right.
So it's either, but one of the benefits, let's say you decide to, you're going to will the your RevShare model. You're making 50 grand a month, 100 grand a month, whatever it is. EXP side, you pass away, it's gone. On the Real side, you have your wife. She's at home taking care of the kids. You pass away as a realtor. What's she do? Real, you're going to will that. She's got that 50 grand a month coming to her.
Oh, nice.
For XXX.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool, right? Plus, you can set up as a retirement package. You decide to get out of real estate, whatever your age is. I don't ever want to retire, but people do. So if they go ahead and retire, you can continue receiving that rev share also. So it's pretty cool. It has a lot of cool components.
Yeah, I love that. So if you had 100 million, you wouldn't retire?
Wouldn't. So I don't see myself like sitting on a beach, staring at the stars. I wake up every day and I want to be hungry. I want to work. I want to build something. Now, over the years, has my career evolved 100%? And will it continue? 10 years from now, will it look different? 100%. But not different to where it's like, oh, that's it. Time to hit the cruise ship. drink some Bloody Marys, whatever it is, fruit cocktails. It would drive me nuts after a while. It would. I'm like, what am I building? What am I doing? I grew up in New Jersey, and everybody I talk to in Jersey, this is crazy. So every time they call me or like I retire, I get a call within 60 days. I have cancer.
Wow.
Constantly. I'm all joking aside. I've yet to talk to somebody it doesn't happen to. And I think, Jersey, as far as crops and everything else, it's a garden state. I think that plays a part.
Pesticides, yeah.
Yep. But another part of it at the same time, I think our body knows shutdown time, we're at a certain age, and it starts taking over. Think about it. The more people you talk to, the more active they are at an older age. They're healthy as an ox. One of my good friends, he's 73 years old. He works within the movie industry out here. I mean, that dude's healthy as an ox and rocking 73. He's out there kicking butt and hanging out in the casinos and hitting on young girls. It's so funny. But he's a really good guy. But I look at him, I'm like, man, this guy's healthier than anybody else I know for the most part. I talk to other people his age that retire. I mean, they're a sinking Titanic.
For real.
Yeah, so I don't want that. So I'm not retiring.
I'm not retiring either.
Yeah,
I mean, it's so fun what we do. When I go on vacations, by the third day, I'm like wanting to go home to work, you know?
And then my coach had asked me about that recently. She goes, how much vacation time do you take? I said, I don't take vacation time. That's the thing. So if I go do an event, and like just a month ago, I was in Orlando. So I was at an event, spoke in Orlando, and I said, you know what? I'm going to stop in Miami for 2 days. So I stop in Miami, set up 2 meetings in Miami, have meetings out there. I might spend an evening out to dinner, on my way out, hit the beach, and that's it. I'm gone.
Right.
So I was like, I'm not one of these guys takes 5 days off or 10 days off. I'll go nuts.
I'll go crazy.
Yeah. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah. What about your honeymoon? You go hard for that?
For my honeymoon?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not married.
Oh, you're not married?
No,
oh, okay.
not married.
Was that by choice?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm a lover, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think about it lately. I'm like, I'm really good at the short-term stuff. You know what I mean? Spending time with somebody, but I almost get a little bit of anxiety, I guess you could say, because I'm so bought into my career. And that's why I found it's like, of course, I'm a human being. I think, women are wonderful and you treat them with respect and I want to spend time with them and I do. But it's like the more time I spend, I'm just like, holy crap, my true love is my career. It is. I love building it, spending time, doing what I want to do. I don't want to have to worry about coming home at 6 o'clock. I don't want to worry about somebody's like, hey, are you ready for dinner yet? Hey, what are we doing over the weekend? Just the way I am.
Right. You would need to find someone where they know the business comes first and they're second, which is going to be hard.
Oh, it is. It definitely is. Yeah. I mean, and the shame of it is there's a lot of people out there that say, oh, I'm so into that. Oh, I'm a driver. Most people lead with their best foot forward.
Yeah.
They're going to tell you what you want to hear.
Easier said than done.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But then everybody's level 10 is different. So that might be their level 10. But then as far as where my level 10 is way surpassed that, I'm like, okay, I see what you mean, but this doesn't make sense. We're like, well, yeah, I work really hard 9 to 5. And then after that, we need to watch a movie. I'm like, no, that's not the way it works.
Yeah, that communication's important, man. When I told my girl I'm starting the show, I told her up front, I'm like, I'm going to work more than normal. You know what I mean? Like, at the time, I was taking weekends off and spending dinners on the weekdays. I said, that might have to go for this show to grow.
There you go. And does she work within the business at all?
Yeah, she works within the business. But she understood that there's periods of your time when you're dating that you're going to have to lock in.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. And you just got engaged, was it 6 months ago?
Yeah, getting married next year.
Nice, congrats.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a lot of growth, man. Yeah.
That's super
She sacrificed
cool.
a lot because I used to work 18 hours a day.
Okay, what do you work now?
So people have weird definitions of work, but I'd say 80 hours a week still.
8 hours a week?
Yeah, what is that a day? That's like, 10, 11 hours, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because I'll loop the self-help into work because that is a form of work for me.
Yeah. It's funny where you say, as far as definitions of work, there's a difference between where people get confused, spending time at the office and real work hours. And that's where people get misconstrued. Sure, you could spend 12 hours at the office, but how much work do you get done? An hour?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, fact.
You see the difference. Like, I don't know. I was at the office 12 hours a day for 10 days. I didn't sell one house or I didn't produce one product or whatever industry they're in. I'm like, yeah, but how many cat videos did you watch in the meantime? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it shouldn't be measured off hours. It should be measured off results. Like that's why I like to structure your company actually, because it's based off results.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Because these days people are kind of entitled and they just want to get paid a salary or whatever. It's,
no, 100%.
You're not even doing like.
Yeah, you see it. Yeah, you do. Definitely, real estate market's changing right now, and just we're constantly looking at what direction it's going to go. You got to be looking pretty much 12 months ahead constantly, and where we're at, because there is an NAR lawsuit.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yep. So there were certain real estate companies what they weren't doing was they weren't disclosing as far as what the commissions were going to be as far as negotiable on the buyer side of everything, and it really changed the game. Now, what it also did is it also put real estate agents in the driver's seats. Like, you better show your value. You're not opening a door and just getting a free commission and getting lucky. It's no longer that. That person literally has to hire you almost like a lawyer or any other business professional would. They're going to have to decide, are they going to sign on the dotted line? Are they willing to pay your commission? And it's changing. And all these ones, like you just said, entitled, for example, it's weeding them out of the business fast.
I bet.
It's going to be very interesting over the next 12 months.
Only the tough will survive.
It's true.
Yeah, so how does it work now? Because when I bought the house, I didn't pay any commission.
Didn't pay any. When you came in, because you just closed 2-3 weeks ago.
2-3 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah, so when you came in, you were right in the beginning stages. Where it officially takes effect is August 17th.
Oh, got it.
That's when it's like that's like where a realtor could get sued for not following the steps.
Really? Holy crap.
So at that point, sued, fined, whatever, the list goes on. So now, as of October 1st, the commissions disappeared from the MLS. So now that they're not there, what we have to do is, one, we're going to call, say, hey, listen, so we know what direction we're going and what we have to work with. Is say, hey, Mr. Seller, are you willing to pay commission and everything else? So we know walking into that, if you did the proper buyer's consultation, spend time with your person, the way we lead, say, hey, we're always going to go to the seller first and ask them to pay our commission. In the event that they cannot do that, we're going to have a serious conversation. Do you have a brother? Do you have a cousin? Do you have leverage? Something you can do to pay as far as for the service through that escrow. So I cannot work for free.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. Our brokerage won't even allow you to work for free, because then it affects our E&Os, and now we're not covered, and God forbid something goes sideways. So as far as that goes. But that all started on October 1st, but it's go time. We're in the middle. Just the meeting I just left from just before this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like nonstop with the division right now.
Damn.
It's a big deal. I mean, it's nationwide. There's a couple states that aren't a part of the Realtor Association, and they decided not to participate in it.
Wow.
It's kind of a weird time, because most sellers you talk to, I would say 95%, they're like, well, I want to advertise the commission. Why can't I? I'm like, well, I'm not allowed to do that on the MLS. And the reason why is what they don't like. It's like, well, how's somebody going to tell me I can't advertise? I want to sell fast. And I know what's going to sell fast is money's going to talk. It's going to be the price of my house, and it's going to be what I'm offering another agent. So there's a lot of things happening right now. So you have a lot of sellers kicking back on it, believe it or not.
Kicking back at it?
Kicking back, they don't like it.
Oh, they don't like it?
They're
Wow.
not a fan. Yeah.
How come?
I mean, they don't like it because now they can't advertise incentive and bonus people. Let's say it's a guy that's like, listen, I got to get out here like yesterday. And then I get to Florida, my daughter's sick, and I'm buying a house there, and I need to sell this first. So, but I was going to bonus somebody 10 grand to go ahead and do this. Can't do that. You used to be able to say, hey, you sell it in the next 7 days, you bring me a buyer, I'm going to offer you 10 grand. It's no longer allowed.
Damn. That's annoying, because, some people need to sell in a hurry.
It's the truth.
When I was shopping for houses, there were people that were moving the next week.
Yeah, it's the truth. They're motivated. They want to get going. Everybody has something going on in their life. And then, I mean, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, and I said this down at the board, and I said, I'm like, if I'm selling my house, I want to be able to advertise the way I want to. I'm like, how are you going to tell me? It's just like, you can't tell me what I can sell it for. It's my choice what I sell it for. How is it you can tell me how I'm going to advertise it? So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, the home buying process was gnarly, man.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. Yeah. I realized it's not really made for business owners and entrepreneurs.
As far as when it comes into the financing
getting a loan,
part,
yes. I mean, that was, I barely qualified for anything. So I had to do a bank statement loan. So that was kind of frustrating because the interest rate was higher. So they need to fix that system, in my opinion.
Yeah, as far as that. So you have you closed 3 weeks ago. So you got basically 5 months in 1 week, and then go ahead and refi. Rates just dropped on Friday.
Oh, they did? Oh, I didn't know that. I got in at 8.5, but I bought it down to 7.5.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so if you take a look as far as traditional rates, FHAs are getting down in the 5s right now.
What?
About a week ago,
Oh, wow.
they're 7.1, 7.2.
That's amazing. Yeah, so I could refi.
All depending where you're at, how much you need at that time, go ahead and refi it in the next 5+ months.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Plus, the house already went up a little bit, I saw on Zillow.
There you go.
I mean, the inventory out here is rough.
It is. It's super light. You have to get creative out here in Vegas. So if you're dealing with a real estate agent in Vegas that's just, whatever, sells 20 homes a year, he's stopping on the MLS, you're looking at everything everybody else is. You really need to work with somebody that's in the game. They know what's going to be hitting the market.
Right.
Who has an interest in selling that, you know what? If the right deal comes along, I'm going to sell this sucker. So when you work with people like that are dialed into the market and dialed into the community, you're going to get more of what you want when you're looking for real estate. And that's whether you're looking to buy some primary, invest, whatever it might be.
Yeah, that's smart because by the time it's on Zillow, 150 people seen it.
Yeah. I mean, it's old news.
Yeah.
It definitely is. And our inventory out here is not much to pick from.
Not much at all, dude. It took me months to find a spot, dude.
It does.
I mean, we're supposedly getting NBA, MLB, so Vegas is going to be hot.
I mean, we're blowing up. I mean, I notice every time I take a look at it month to month, when I go out there and hit the road, I'm like, man, it's be busier now.
Dude.
It's nuts.
I'm in traffic every day now. When I moved here 3 years ago, I don't think I hit traffic once the whole year.
It's crazy. I moved here 2012, so from South Jersey, and I look around compared to then, night and day.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's nuts. We have 5,000 people moving here every month from California.
Holy crap. It's that much? Wow.
I mean, we're busting at the seams.
Yeah, that's 5,000 just from Cali, so it must be over 10K just overall then.
Oh yeah, because we're seeing South Florida traffic now, and we're seeing East Coast or New Jersey and New York as well.
Yeah,
definitely. So we're seeing a lot of those areas.
I love it. How many houses did you sell last year?
Last year was 226.
Damn, that's almost one a day, dude.
Yeah,
that's
it was
impressive.
Busy. Super busy.
This year you're gonna surpass that?
Yeah, surpass that because we have off-market stuff as well that we're pushing, like I mentioned as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and that's throughout so I have a unit of agents that are on the smaller side besides all of them I manage over here in Vegas. And that's just with my small group by itself. So my idea now going into the new year is we're going ahead and we're dialing that in and bringing in, and we're building out a strong admin staff to support that. Because what I found, I was like, we can bring up this count. We just need the support staff. And I found we were too light on the support staff to kind of help as far as setting appointments, as far as administrative paperwork, as far as staying compliant. The list goes on and on. I said, okay, I'm going to add these components in, make this super thick, have 10 of these in the front line. We could double these numbers going in the next 12 months rolling.
Wow, that's cool, man. So where do you rank in Vegas now?
Right now in Vegas, I'm ranked at 51.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so that's out at 22,000.
Oh, so that's really good.
Yeah.
Solid, man. I didn't know there was 50 ahead of you. That's impressive.
Yeah. So right now, got 22,000 agents. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like over the next 12 months, what that number goes to.
You think it'll get cut pretty heavily?
It'll get cut. Yeah, definitely will. It's pretty interesting out here in Vegas because you talk to people and are like, oh, I know this person's a realtor. I'm like, okay, they might hold a license. That doesn't make somebody a realtor.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to get, right?
I know it is. I mean, you could practically pick up a license over in aisle 3 at Walmart. I'm like, it's nuts. It's 120 hours. I'm like, a monkey could pass the test. Yeah. I'm like, doesn't mean he could sell real estate.
Yeah, it's an online test, right?
Yeah. Well, it's over at the Pearson View.
Oh, so you have to take it in person?
You have to take it in person, yeah.
Okay.
I think they have one program where you might have to improve certain items.
Damn.
But for the majority, you're down there taking it. But, I mean, it's nothing at the end of the day. You memorize the stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's not street tactics at the end of the day. It's not teaching you negotiation. It's not showing you how to find deals for your clients. That's what your clients want. It's great. You got to stay compliant, stay legal at the end of the day. We all need to. But what are you doing for your client? You're hired for being the best negotiator. You're hiring for finding the best deals for your client. Where's that training come in? That's where people like me step in.
Right. So you actually negotiate? Nice. What's the biggest you've saved on a house?
I mean, I would say as far as we have our wholesale department, that's like a lot at that point, all depending where we're positioning at. I've sold some of those deals where I save people $500,000.
Holy crap. That's impressive, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Where'd you learn to negotiate?
Yeah, so I train with Brett Tanner. So Brett Tanner, he's phenomenal in the wholesale market. So he has 17 markets spread throughout the U.S. So he showed me how to go out and find these deals and everything else and how to put together a list of buyers and investors. So I spend time with him over in Scottsdale. So we put together a whole system as far as what it takes to get in front of them and then how to construct the deal at that point, what the numbers look like, and off to the races.
Boom. And now you're coaching too, right?
Yeah. So it was crazy. I was invited over there. I'll never forget. This was a couple of years ago. When I stepped into that room, it's interesting when you level up. And I've been in some big places and I started looking around. I'm like, the money flowing through there was ridiculous. These guys are talking about doing $100 million deals. And I'm just like, holy smokes, this is ridiculous. Like, what is this? I'm like, $10 million house at that time was a big deal for me. But these guys are talking about moving huge projects and portfolios. But yeah, so as far as now, what I'm doing is coaching as well. And that's what I'm providing as far as people that come into the Richardson group. Currently right now, as far as I'll train my teams in California and other states and everything else, to where we'll jump on Zoom calls every week. So and then we're setting that up. I just got a new house in Vegas, big showy, big daddy place specifically to run events out of it for event space as well.
Nice.
So as far as that goes, so we're going to do the event every quarter. First one will be starting in October. So I'm bringing in speakers to that. So now what we're going to be doing is, besides as far as within my real network, because I wanted to see where it really fit in with them first. And now we're going to be going to outside. It'll be driven towards real estate people because that's what I do. But at the end of the day, where the core of it is, it's living life with intention. It's networking and building a database. And you can do that whether you're in title, whether you're a loan officer, whatever it might be out there. You know, what are you doing to raise the level and be a better version every single day walking into that office? I got sick one day, like just sick looking at things, and I'm looking at so many realtors coming in. They're like, well, I need this tech tool. I need this. I need this. I need this. And I started looking at some of these people, and I'm like, the quality person they are, how intentional they are with everyday living. I'm like, they're not taking the right steps. If you're not doing this, you're not building yourself. You're not reading books. You're watching TV all day. But you're thinking the next tech tool is going to build you? No, it's becoming a better person because quality people want to spend time around quality people.
Right.
You want to get into a luxury market. That's what most realtors say. But you want to spend time with these luxury people. They don't want to spend time with somebody that's not like building, want to talk about upper level educational conversations. It's not going to happen. So what are you doing to build up yourself? So that's when I started building this program. Thomas is assisting me right behind you, putting that together for real estate agents. More than anything, it really comes down to mindset at the end of the day where it worked for everybody. Because it doesn't matter what business you're in. So if you have networking, you're building a community, you have a strong mindset, you're a quality person, you're living with intention and giving value at any given time and helping solve problems. I don't care what business you start, you're going to be successful.
Absolutely. I love that, man.
Yeah.
Where can people find your program, find out more about you, and keep up with you, man?
So what they can do is they can look me up right on Instagram's the best way. Answer everybody back. That's going to be the Shark JR. All right. And that's not Junior. Everybody says that. That's Johnny Richardson. So everybody knows. But go ahead and set me up. We have live Zoom calls once a week right now. Platforms being built out on high level right now. So that'll be released over the next 30 days.
Boom. We'll link below. Thanks, Johnny, for coming on.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yep. Thanks for watching, guys, as always. See you next time.